Hello folks, Toga Virtual here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video we will be discussing what is the better aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim, the Fenix A320 or the PMDG 7.3. Both recently released in Microsoft Flight Sim around about a couple of weeks ago for the PMDG, and obviously only recently as last week when I record this video in the Fenix A320. What we're going to be doing is just going into both of the aircraft. I'll be going over a couple of points that I have thought about in terms of what I feel and what my opinion is on both the aircraft, their costings, performance, and what we'll do is try and delve into what my opinions are. Obviously my opinions could be completely different to yours, or you guys could obviously follow the same opinion. I'd love it. It'd be great if you guys could get in the comments, tell me what you think of the aircraft. I have dropped a couple of videos recently. You can go back through my channel now and have a look. So I'm getting some quite good feedback and some quite negative feedback in terms of performance wise, especially in the Fenix, but I will be delving into that in a bit more detail as the video progresses. So let's start with the Fenix A320, released last week. It's a fantastic aircraft. I've done a couple of flights in it now, and all in all I'm extremely impressed on how it is. It has some big feels to shoe in my opinion, based upon the FS Labs. I'm a P3D an ex or current P3D sim user, and obviously with the FS Labs A320, the 319, the 321s, the Fenix has some big shoes to fill. But I can say, as I sit here today, I am extremely impressed with how it works, how it performs, how everything seems to be so seamless. Not really come across any sort of bugs as of yet, but it's still early days. And we can go into that in a little bit more detail if needs be later on in the video. So let's start off with the price then. So it's costed at $49.99 Great British pounds, which I feel is extremely good value for money. If you looked at the FS Labs, I think that was around about 80 to 90, maybe even more Great British pounds for the base aircraft, and obviously you had to pay for additional airframes as they were released. The good things with the Fenix is that they've already committed to say that the Sharklets and I believe the 319 will be a free upgrade price. So that for me is very good value for money, based on the hours and days and months and years that they've probably spent on actually developing this aircraft. The price of $49.99 is a considerably good value for money when it comes to an aircraft of this size and this stature. Performance. Now this is where it can be, and has obviously had a few good or bad reviews on the aircraft. I've spoken to people in my community. You can follow a link in the description to join the community if you want to. Great, but we've got a great community here at Toga Virtual. What I've noticed is that some people are finding it absolutely fine on performance, and some people are really struggling with performance. Now, again, if I'm referencing back to my P3D days in the FS Labs, I was happy with a max FPS count of 30. In the Fenix Sim, I'm getting the same, if not better, right now. Performance-wise, I personally have not received any sort of issues with, not any stuttering or anything of the such. So I think it's a Marmite thing. Either you get it, it's good, or it's bad. I think also it depicts on your PC and what level of performance you have with your PC or in your PC. That can obviously can and will have a massive effect in terms of what performance you are getting overall. I say this loosely, but the flyability of the aircraft, obviously I'm comparing an Airbus or to a Boeing aircraft, so it's obviously completely different flight models. But the flying of this aircraft is extremely easy. The configuration of this aircraft is really easy. How to grab liveries, if you have the aircraft, you know how easy it is to download and go to the livery manager and download the liveries. There's a whole load of liveries in the livery manager for the Fenix A320. So I think they, like I say, I keep saying this, I think they've done a fantastic job in actually building this aircraft and delivering it for the price of $49.99. Right, okay, let's look at the PMDG 737-700 that was recently released a couple of weeks ago from Microsoft Flight Sim. So I have flown this more times than the Fenix. I have enjoyed flying this aircraft, whereas before in P3D on the PMDG I'd always sort of struggled in terms of landing this aircraft and taking off in this aircraft. So I'm not sure if they've actually made some changes to the flight model, but I certainly have noticed that I could fly this aircraft a lot easier than I could in the PMDG version of the P3D version of the PMDG. So that's interesting to know. I'm not sure if that's going to be a future thing in terms of PMDG, and sort of hopefully my flying has improved. It's not just the aircraft itself, my flying has improved. We'll go with that one. But I definitely feel that the flight model is better, or flying this aircraft for me personally is better than the P3D version. So let's look at the cost. It is 69 US dollars, which is around about, I want to say, 60 British pounds. So it's more expensive than the Fenix. But PMDG is renowned for quite hefty prices on their aircraft. I remember I've picked up the 747, the 737 NGXU, the 777 in P3D, all four prepared, and the prices of those are extremely high. PMDG do release good products, I will say that. I won't say anything negative about PMDG because they do release really good products, and the systems are very, very good. But in terms of the price difference between the Fenix and what you get, and obviously the Fenix have confirmed and that they will be upgrading free of charge the Sharklets version and the A319. PMDG have already said that the 800 isn't a free upgrade and you will need to purchase that. So if I have to compare the two there, the Fenix is a lot better value for money, if I'm being completely honest, than the PMDG. I've also noticed, sort of aside to this, that the Fenix guys are releasing updates for their aircraft a lot quicker than the PMDG. So I have to factor that in mind when it comes to what aircraft I want to fly on a frequency basis. So let's talk performance. Now, I feel personally that the performance in the PMDG is a lot better, not only in compared to the P3D version, but it is a lot better in performance than the Fenix A320. Fenix A320, like I say, I was getting around 30 to 40 FPS. Right now I'm getting about 50 to 60 in the outside view, so the performance in terms of the PMDG is a lot better in my opinion than the Fenix. Hopefully the Fenix can improve going forward, but the PMDG guys have done a very, very good job in terms of keeping the performance level down and working and keeping the same level of visual and scenery complexity to the Fenix. So yeah, I think I have to give credit to the PMDG guys there for their performance levels in the sim. So now my opinion, what do I think? What do I have to do if I had to pick between the PMDG or the Fenix? That's very difficult for me to do so. I think if I have to be completely honest with you guys, I think I would slowly slide between the Fenix A320 on a couple of factors. I think the cost factor is probably the biggest factor in all of this. The base price of £49 is pretty cheap for an aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim, or just simulation in general. And not only that, they've already committed that they will be upgrading certain elements free of charge, whereas the PMDG will be charging for their different variants, 800, 900s, whether they do a max, and any other variants, freighters, etc., cargo, going forward. So I do feel that the Fenix is better. I think also the Fenix, but I do think the Fenix is not yet a finished product. They might have released it a little bit too early. Maybe they could have waited a few more weeks, do a bit more beta testing to find issues, fix issues. Obviously they've already released a patch for the Fenix after sort of day 2. They've released it relatively quickly, so that's good. I suppose they are on it and fixing problems straight away if they see them or being reported by us users now that we have it. So I think all in all, I think I'd have to go with the Fenix A320 in my opinion. PMDG have done a fantastic job with the 737. Obviously there were some issues with the SDK and Microsoft Flight Sim, early days of Microsoft Flight Sim, but I feel like the PMDG has set the marker for level of quality, level of detail in Microsoft Flight Sim. They obviously will improve going forward. If I had to be completely honest, they're completely picky. They need to lower their prices. I think a lot of people that have made the switch from prepared have already paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars for aircraft in for PMDG in terms of the NGXU, the 74, the 777, etc. It would have been nice if we could sort of get a discount price based on the fact that we've already owned this aircraft in different sims. Again, this is just my opinion. You guys might beg to differ. Obviously, we know the developers have spent hours and days and months and years in this sim trying to build this aircraft, so I appreciate they have to get their costs back. But just a little discount code for users that already own the sim, the aircraft in different sims, might have just been something, a nice little touch for PMDG to do. But again, it's just my opinion. If you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if there are any extra bits that you feel I've missed, or you want to add your own opinion, please do comment those down below. I'd love to know what everyone else's thoughts are on the Fenix or the PMDG. What is your favourite aircraft? And let me know, because I'd love to hear it. If you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for any more content that I drop. Got plenty of videos coming up over the next few weeks. We're going to start reviewing some of the freeware scenery that's on Flight Sim TO. That website is a fantastic website. There's lots of different stuff on there in terms of camera systems or Stream Deck icons for your Stream Deck, or like I say, scenery itself. So do look out for those videos in the near future by hitting that subscribe button, because it really helps. One, it really helps the channel grow. It really helps you guys, for you guys, that you're appreciating what I'm making and spending the time editing and delivering to you guys to watch. So it's very, very beneficial for you guys to do that, and it's free, obviously. I'm getting the video here. I've been Toga Virtual. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.